Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. If you're a diehard Lakers fan or just love keeping up with breaking NBA stories, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Now, Lakers fans, buckle up because today's story might be the most electrifying, controversial, and potentially franchise-shifting speculation we've covered all season long. Austin Reaves was once considered untouchable. Rui Hachimura, a core piece in LA's long-term plan. But now, their future with the purple and gold is suddenly uncertain. And it's all because of one name that could shake the NBA to its core. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, you heard that right. Rumblings around the league are growing louder by the hour, and there's a real sense that something massive could be brewing behind the scenes in Los Angeles. Could the Lakers, already shocking the world by landing Luka Doncic, actually go all in to pair him with a two-time MVP and bring Giannis to Hollywood? Let's dive into what's really happening here and why this might not be just smoke, but a firestorm in the making. Just a year ago, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka had reportedly drawn a red line through the names of Austin Reaves and Rui Hachimura when fielding trade calls. Reaves had become a fan favorite, earning praise for his grit, confidence, and elite shot creation. Hachimura, meanwhile, provided much-needed size, defensive versatility, and scoring off the bench. But times have changed fast. After the Lakers' disappointing 1-3 start in the first round of the playoffs against the Timberwolves, serious questions are being asked. The loss in Game 4, where LA was outscored 32-9 in the fourth quarter, left a bitter taste. Coach J.J. Redick, in a desperate move, played the same 5 players for the entire second half. There was no trust in the bench, no spark, and let's face it, no path to a deep playoff run with the current roster. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Sources close to the Lakers front office suggest that no player outside of Luka Doncic and maybe LeBron James, depending on his decision this summer, is truly safe. And when it comes to the idea of pairing Doncic with another generational European superstar, how do you not think of Giannis? Let's talk logistics. Giannis Antetokounmpo is under contract through 2027, with a player option for the 2027-28 season. That means Milwaukee holds the leverage on paper. But reality is a little messy. Damian Lillard, Milwaukee's big swing to keep Giannis happy, tore his Achilles and is expected to miss the entire 2025-26 season. Brook Lopez is aging. Bobby Portis, Kevin Porter Jr., Taurean Prince, and Gary Trent Jr. could all hit free agency this summer. And most importantly, the Bucks are out of draft picks for the foreseeable future. This isn't a team built for the long haul anymore. Could Giannis be quietly looking for a way out? He's hinted before at wanting to play in a big market. He said that he wants to keep challenging for titles. And perhaps most telling of all, he's gone on record saying he wants European superstars to dominate the league's marquee franchises. Was that just a comment, or was that a breadcrumb? Because let's not forget, Luka Doncic is already a Laker. That was the blockbuster no one saw coming. And now with Luka in place and LeBron likely to restructure his deal or take a pay cut, the Lakers may actually have the pathway to make this work. Let's look at a potential framework of the trade that's being whispered around NBA circles. Los Angeles Lakers receive Giannis Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee Bucks receive Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, Maxi Kleber, 2031 first-round pick, 4 first-round pick swaps. Would it be enough? On paper, probably not. The Bucks will demand a king's ransom if Giannis officially requests a trade. But this deal does have some intriguing value. Reaves could be a borderline all-star in the East. Hachimura, Vincent, Connect, and Kleber are all competent role players who can fill rotation gaps immediately. And while the draft capital is light, Milwaukee's hands are tied. They don't control their own first-rounders until 2031 anyway. They can't tank. So staying competitive with Reaves leading the charge might be their best option. Meanwhile in Los Angeles, the move would mark one of the boldest power plays in franchise history. Doncic and Giannis, both under 30, both perennial MVP candidates, would form the most dangerous duo in modern NBA memory. Could anyone stop them? Imagine the pick-and-roll possibilities, the fast break dominance, the defensive versatility. You'd be pairing perhaps the most unstoppable offensive force in Doncic with the league's most terrifying transition freight train in Antetokounmpo. And with LeBron James still able to contribute elite minutes in spurts, this would be an instant title contender. Maybe even a dynasty in the making. But let's slow down just a bit, because there are still some massive questions here. Would Milwaukee even consider a trade to the Lakers, one of the NBA's most hated franchises among small market execs? Would Giannis push for this move? Would the Lakers be willing to give up that much depth and youth for another all-in swing? And if this deal doesn't happen, what's the backup plan? We've already seen this movie before, the Lakers holding their chips too long, getting bounced early, and watching stars slip away. But this time, with Doncic on board, the pressure to maximize his prime is at an all-time high. The rumor mill is going to be relentless this summer. And two names, Reeves and Hachimura, are right at the center of it. If the Lakers fall in the first round, Rob Pelinka's phone is going to light up. But what do you think about all of this? Should the Lakers really go all in and trade Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura for Giannis? Or would that be giving up too much chemistry and depth for a pipe dream? And then there's the emotional element. Giannis has done everything right in Milwaukee. He brought the city its first championship in 50 years. He remained loyal when many stars would have jumped ship. But loyalty, unfortunately, doesn't win titles alone. Giannis knows this. And as much as he loves the Bucks, he's entering a new phase of his career, one where legacy starts to mean more than loyalty. The window for multiple rings is closing, and no one wants to be the next Charles Barkley or Steve Nash, brilliant, beloved, but without a second championship. Another wrinkle. The NBA's new CBA is making super teams harder to construct, but not impossible, especially for franchises like the Lakers that understand how to operate in the margins. By offloading mid-tier contracts like Gabe Vincent, perhaps flipping secondary assets for more veteran minimum contributors, the Lakers could create enough flexibility to absorb Giannis's deal. It's a tightrope walk, but one that Rob Pelinka has proven that he's capable of navigating. And let's not forget about the marketing side of things. Giannis in Los Angeles would be a global goldmine. The NBA is always looking to elevate its international brand, and a team headlined by Doncic and Giannis in the entertainment capital of the world could be just the ticket. Jerseys, sponsorships, ticket sales, streaming rights, the financial implications would be staggering. Don't think for a second that league officials wouldn't quietly welcome such a move behind closed doors. From a basketball standpoint, the pairing of Doncic and Giannis solves a lot of mutual weaknesses. Luka, for all his brilliance, has often struggled defensively and lacks elite rim protection behind him. Enter Giannis, the human eraser. Meanwhile, Giannis has never played with a perimeter creator as dynamic and surgical as Doncic. The floor spacing, the ball movement, the pace. It would all unlock a version of Giannis we've never truly seen before. But there's one more name we haven't talked about yet, Anthony Davis. If the Lakers really want to go all in, there's a world in which Davis becomes the surprise third wheel in this equation. Could LA find a way to keep him, forming a European-American triumvirate that rivals any Big Three in history? Or perhaps more shockingly, could Davis be the odd man out in a future deal to deepen the roster after Giannis arrives? It's early speculation, but it's a storyline worth watching. Meanwhile, the Bucks front office is under enormous pressure. Losing Giannis for nothing would be a death sentence for the franchise. They need to strike a delicate balance, publicly projecting confidence while quietly exploring exit strategies. And if Giannis ever goes to them with a soft request, the kind that never leaks but gets taken seriously, you better believe they'll listen. Especially if the return involves a young star like Reeves and valuable role pieces that keep them competitive in the East. As for the Lakers fan base, reactions have been mixed. Some are already dreaming of a frontcourt featuring Doncic and Giannis, with LeBron mentoring from the wing. Others are more cautious, worrying about getting the roster of glue guys and losing the culture that made the team competitive in the first place. It's a fair concern. Reeves, in particular, is beloved in LA. Trading him would not be popular. But championships never come cheap. And then there's the question of timing. If the Lakers want to make this happen, they'll need to strike quickly. Free agency will move fast this summer, and once teams start making commitments, flexibility disappears. Milwaukee will also want clarity as soon as possible, so they can pivot toward whatever their next phase looks like. That gives this storyline a ticking clock element that's only going to intensify in the coming weeks. Don't sleep on the optics either. A deal of this magnitude changes the perception of a franchise. If the Lakers can land both Doncic and Giannis in the span of a year, it signals to the rest of the league that LA is once again the ultimate destination. Young stars, veterans chasing rings, international players looking for the spotlight, they'll all take notice. And suddenly, every minimum contract and buyout guy becomes available to the Lakers at a discount. And here's a wild card, the Olympics. With Giannis set to represent Greece and Doncic leading Slovenia, there's a chance the two could grow closer on the international stage. Conversations happen in Olympic villages. Connections are made over post-game meals and downtime in the athletes' quarters. If there's any truth to the idea that stars recruit one another, the Olympics might just be where the seeds of this deal fully blossom. From a legacy standpoint, this move would be seismic. Giannis has already solidified himself as a Hall of Famer, but adding more titles in a major market would take him into the stratosphere of global icons. Doncic is on the same trajectory. Together, they could redefine what the next generation of the NBA looks like, not just stylistically, but geopolitically. Two Europeans leading the league's most storied American franchise? That's history in the making. And let's not gloss over LeBron's role in all this. Even if he's not the centerpiece anymore, LeBron's voice still matters. He's a kingmaker in this league, and if he signs off on a move like this, even sacrifices some salary to make it happen, it signals to every executive, player, and fan that LA is all in. And when LeBron's all in, you better believe the rest of the league takes notice. And it's not just about what the Lakers would gain, it's about what they'd be willing to give up. Austin Reeves isn't just a good player, he's a fan favorite, a glue guy, someone who embodies effort and heart. Trading him would send a message that this front office is prioritizing elite talent over emotional connection. It would be cold. It would be ruthless. And in the NBA, it might be exactly what's needed to win. Giannis Antetokounmpo also brings more than just stats to the table. He brings leadership, work ethic, and the kind of defensive commitment that sets the tone for an entire locker room. One of the main criticisms the Lakers have faced this season is their inconsistent effort on defense. That wouldn't be a problem with Giannis on the floor. He doesn't take plays off. He doesn't coast. He competes like every possession matters. And imagine the cultural impact. Giannis and Doncic together in Los Angeles isn't just a basketball story. It's a global event. Two of the most marketable international superstars teaming up in one of the world's most iconic cities. The media frenzy would be nonstop. Jersey sales would skyrocket. Primetime games would dominate every network. The Lakers brand would reach a new level of global influence. Let's also talk about fit. Giannis and Doncic complement each other in ways that few superstar duos do. Doncic thrives with the ball in his hands, orchestrating the offense. Giannis is at his best when attacking downhill, cutting, and finishing in space. Offensively, they wouldn't be stepping on each other's toes. They'd be unlocking new layers of each other's game. And defensively, Giannis can cover for Doncic's weaknesses, while Luka's offensive genius makes up for any scoring droughts. There's also the LeBron factor. Even if he's not the centerpiece anymore, having a legend like LeBron James on the roster would ease the transition and serve as a mentor to the new superstar duo. His experience in managing egos, navigating pressure, and staying poised in clutch situations will be invaluable. And if he really does restructure his contract to help this deal go through, it might go down as one of the most selfless acts in Lakers history. On the flip side, the Lakers would be sacrificing depth. Losing Reeves, Hachimura, and key role players like Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect would put pressure on the front office to find veteran minimums and ring chasers willing to fill out the roster. But let's not forget, they've done this before. Remember 2020? When they built around LeBron and AD with one-year contracts and savvy signings. History could repeat itself with even more upside this time around. Personally, I'm fired up just thinking about it. Watching Doncic and Giannis in Lakers gold, that's the kind of fantasy that turns into banners. I know it's a long shot, but this is LA. This is where the impossible happens. And if there's any front office crazy enough and smart enough to pull it off, it's the Lakers. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got more trade rumors, playoff drama, and Lakers deep dives coming your way every single day. Until next time, stay locked in Lakers Nation. We're just getting started.